Hi everybody, welcome to the Beyond Awake trending stream. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and click and hit that bell to get all of the latest video notifications. You never know when I'm going to go live. Again, I post both of these, I post these videos here on Beyond Awake, my Facebook page. If you haven't liked it, please go there if you have a Facebook. And of course, here on the trending stream, which I talk about the top trending topics worldwide, and I try to keep you in the know. Well, today we're going to talk about the Last of Us. Of course, this is a show that HBO now has converted from a video game from PlayStation. As you can see here, The Last of Us came out a couple years ago on the PS3, then came out on the PS4. They remastered it and all these things. If you're not familiar with it, it was a highly regarded video game. It was about a young girl that, again, it's a world of zombies and stuff like that, and she's immune to the virus, right? Whatever, right? There's these zombies. If they bite you, you become infected. They call them the infected or whatever. And so then she's hired by these people, and they tell this guy here, Joe, basically to take her to whatever, an encampment or whatever, where they're going to try to make a cure. They're going to take her blood, whatever, and they're going to try to get a cure to help people survive or whatnot. And so in the video game and in the show, they're trying to get away from the zombies. They're trying to get her to this facility so she can, survive, and they can make, whatever, a serum or antidote or whatever like that. So many people were very excited. I played the game. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was good. I think the game was excellent. Not too many agendas. But of course, HBO and Hollywood, Satanwood, all this stuff that I always talk about, they shoved down the agendas right down everybody's throat. And there's an episode here, and I'll get to, which was very, very upsetting. Okay? So again, it's a story. Again, it's a simple story. A guy that, when the outbreak came, he lost his daughter. They took her out. And so then he basically almost like adopts her throughout the whole video game. And so it's a simple story. But, the system doesn't make it simple, right? So anyway, The Last of Us HBO finally finished its season. One of the seasons, and I talked about it in one of my videos, that, again, and a lot of people were talking about it, upset, whatever, you do whatever, I'm just reporting on it. They did a scene. There was this guy that was supposed to be a truther, a prepper, all of these things, and in the game, it was kind of hinted that he was, whatever, gay, right, whatever, but they didn't go through it. Well, in The Last of Us episode, they made over an hour show of it. And then we found out that the director, The Last of Us director, says he wanted to trick viewers into watching an episode of, a gay romance. Episode 3, gay romance. This was done on purpose, okay? Many people did not like it, okay? It is what it is. I'm just saying, they say that people were bombing the show, that they hated it and all these things, whatever. Well, these are gamers, right? They didn't come to watch this. They kind of hinted it in the game, whatever. Okay, so that was one of the things. We know that in part 2, especially, and at the end, they redid a thing that Ellie, the girl, right, the little girl, she starts growing up and she even has a romance with another girl in part 2. Now, I didn't play part 2. I didn't want to play part 2. Once they went through that, I was like, wait a minute, I'm not going to play this garbage, right? Because again, their agendas, even here, you could see like in the video game here, like this is the cover of the video game. Of course, it ain't popping up. Why isn't it popping up? Well, whatever here, I'll put Last of Us 2, right? Boom. Last of Us Game 2. And here we can see it, and we can see Ellie. And again, I get bad vibes, one eye, just disgusting, okay? Didn't want to play the game. This was their trailer. Again, this is Sony Entertainment, if you want to call it entertainment. and they shove these things down your throat, okay? So then in one of the episodes, they showed Ellie with her best friend, and then they become lovers or whatever, or they're thing, and this girl gets bit and she becomes a zombie and all of these things, and she gets bit and she finds out that she's immune to becoming a zombie. All there, no doubt about it. But brothers and sisters, this is what upsets me. Then the next episode that they had, again, I don't care. We know that this is all part of it, the show. I know that the game pushed this stuff, right? All this stuff. Okay, then they did a show where they had a preacher. And I was very happy that they were quoting the book of Revelations and the Bible. So they had this preacher here, and the preacher was basically a cannibal. But worst of all, they made the guy like a pedophile or whatever, going after Ellie or whatever. That was the whole thing. It was literally, brothers and sisters, again, attacking Christianity. And I wasn't the only one thinking any Christian would be upset. Again, they called Christianity basically in this episode a cult. He would control the people. And he was like, I was just a school teacher. And I just, to trick these people to do what I want, basically. Where even the guy here from The Office, actor Rainn Wilson, admits there's an anti-Christian bias in Hollywood following the Last of Us episode. Brothers and sisters, I'm telling you that this show was complete, utter garbage trash. It was agenda after agenda after agenda, and it did not stop. All there. So anyway, this actor that was, in The Office, okay, not everybody in Hollywood is completely evil, right? Most of them sell out. I just finished doing the Oscar video. I get it. These people, but most of them will say the truth. Rainn Wilson calls out anti-Christian bias Hollywood after Last of Us episode. He said this: I do think there is an anti-Christian. Again, anti-Christian means they are against Christians. Remember, brothers and sisters, that Christians are the most persecuted people in the entire world. Again, I just did a video on Hollywood, and it's all part of the system to take out credibility, or it's just all trash. It really is. So he said this: there's an anti-Christian bias in Hollywood. As soon as the David character in The Last of Us started reading the Bible. Exactly. I was actually happy to see that. Wow, they're doing an episode. They're reading the Bible, all of this stuff, right? Right here, he says it. He goes right here. He said this, started reading the Bible. I knew that he was going to be a horrific villain. Could there be a Bible reading preacher on a show who is actually loving and kind? And this is what we got, guys. This is Last of Us. That just one thing after another. They admit it. They admit pushing and shoving this down people's whatever. Again, not my words. I'm just reporting. Again, I know YouTube will watch this and they'll say I'm being hateful. No, I hate that there's a show that manipulates people on purpose. This is the facts here. Again, Last of Us director says he wants to trick. Trick is not a nice word to do to people. Again, into watching their episode. Okay, that's the reality. Okay, that is the truth. Episode after episode, just again, this and this. But then I do have a problem when they do show a Christian finally, or a preacher, you go whatever, and they make him a villain, evil, a cannibal, a killer, all of these things, guys. This is the reality of what we have here. It's just agenda driven, all messed up. Again, in the show, there were zombies. This is supposed to be a zombie show. They didn't even show zombies. They said that the show would cost millions of dollars to create. But where's the millions of dollars? Did it go to this guy, Pedro Pascal? And in the show at the end, and this is a spoiler for everybody, he's supposed to, at the end, they get to the end, and they're he even asked her. He's like, "Do you want to go? We can go back." Their brother had like a retreat, a safe retreat. He tells the little girl, he goes, "We don't have to do this. We can go back. We could think." She goes, "No, I want to help, or we've been this far. Let's go to the thing and see see what happens." So they go there. They knock him out. They take the girl. And then he wakes up, and then they basically tell him, "Listen, they're going to go into her brain to try to find this. Basically, we're going to kill her. Thank you for bringing her here. You got to go." And so then what Joe does, again, spoiler, he literally goes crazy, and he starts killing everybody, cold-blooded, no remorse. And also in one of the videos, or in the other episode where the Christians were, Joe captures the Christians, and he goes, "Where's your base?" And Joe literally kills the Christian guy, blows his head up. And the one guy that was there, he goes, "Why did you do that? He told you the truth." He goes, "Because I believed him," and then he killed the other. So in this show, Joe is basically a killer. Like Christians, he doesn't care. He's actually a psychopath, I guess, whatever. People are calling him a hero, whatever. It was just it's very, very disturbing. It was just a very disturbing show. And even in the show here, the lady who took care of her when she was young, that told him to go get the girl. She goes, "Listen, I was with them, when she was born. Why were you doing this? She's going to help people, whatever." And he ended up killing her and blowing her head off. I mean, just psychopath as hell. Anti-Christian, we get it. All of the agendas, very, very, very disturbing. Yes, it does follow the game, but it really, here's the lady who hired him, and he killed her, and there's the brother. It is like the game, but it isn't like the game. It really, it's very, very, very dark. And again, to me, it was complete trash. Literally, utterly trash. In the video game, again, Starlight didn't have an hour, or they didn't even really mention. They kind of mentioned, Bill or whatever, this love affair, but they didn't go through it in an hour and all this stuff. Just very dark, very, very bad, disgusting. I would not recommend anybody watching the show, and it's just going to get worse. Now they're going to create part 2, and they got this girl here called Abby, and we don't know what's that about. It's just really, really bad. Again, and Mr. Wilson just straight up said it. It's anti-Christian bias. And that's what we have here. It's all there. All right? Then this was a story here. Yes, Jacqueline says, using psychological tactics to turn us against God while pushing their evil agendas. And that's what this is. This is literally a psychological culture creation that they are shoving down to the gamers. And remember that this show literally, I read a report, had over 8 million viewers on Sunday night that broke records. Where, this guy becomes a psychopath and all these things. But it is what it is. So we're seeing everything that Hollywood does. And it's the reality. It's the reality. And I guess the second game is even worse with these agendas. But I don't know. I didn't play it. I stopped playing it after all this crap that they push. So anyway, people go, did Joe really make the right choice in The Last of Us? A philosopher reveals whether HBO characters took the correct moral path. He killed like 20 people to get to this girl, like a savage, and then killed the stepmother and all these things. And then the little girl even asked, what did you do to them? And he lied. He said, "Oh, nothing." He lied about everything. Just very dark, very, very dark. So anyway, guys, the reason why I'm reviewing this video too is because, again, I don't recommend anybody watching The Last of Us. It's complete evil, trash. It's a zombie show with no zombies, but a lot of agendas. That's the reality. But I also want to do this video is because would you survive a zombie apocalypse like in The Last of Us? Well, new map reveals the safest states in the U.S. and which are death traps. A new map now shows the best United States to hide during a zombie apocalypse. Data collected revealed that California is the worst. Well, hell, that's where all the zombies, the Hellions are, right? All there. And then while Wyoming is the best place to survive. So here is the map. They say if you live here, these are the top places to live and top places to get the hell out of Dodge. So I guess Wyoming, anywhere in central like America, where there's nothing, you're going to be okay. When there's big cities, that's where you're not going to survive, right? Right there. Yeah, Angel Woods, it's pretty bad. Again, number one will be Wyoming, right over here. Alaska, of course, Alaska. That's, again, anywhere where there's forest and there's not a lot of people, you'll probably survive, right? Number 3, Vermont. 4, North Dakota, South Dakota. So all of these states over here. They say Rhode Island. That's interesting, which is over here. Hawaii, which is, the islands is green. Anything in green, you're going to be okay. West Virginia, I guess, or Virginia. Over here in Maine, all of this. And then everywhere else, the major cities, Florida, Texas, California, or 50 is Cali is the worst you could be. Ohio, where I'm at, all bad. All no bueno. No good. So right there you go. And then some southern states over here. So basically, if you're not near any major cities, is basically that's it. Yeah. Oh, there. What about Ohio? Yeah, Ohio's bad too. Ohio is number, where are we at here? Ohio is number 44. So we're like, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bad. 7th before you get to the worst. That's not good. That is not good. New York is 1, 2, 3, 4. So California, the worst places to live, the top 10, California, number 1. Texas, number 2. I don't believe Texas has a lot of area where you can run and hide. But anyway, 48, number 3 is Florida. Number 4, of course, would be New York City. New York. 46, wow, Pennsylvania. I guess there's a lot of people in Pennsylvania. Wow, and then Illinois, right over here. And then Ohio, then Georgia, New Jersey, Virginia, and so forth, Massachusetts, and the list goes on. So there's the list right there. You can Google it. Would you survive a zombie apocalypse? And there you go. Cities would fall quickly, but it would take weeks for zombies to penetrate, dense populations, and months to reach the northern mountain time zone teams, they said. If somehow this would happen, find yourself in the midst of these fictional zombie breakouts to survive as long as possible, run for the northern Rockies. Much of America would be fallen in 4 weeks, but it would take a very, very long time for zombies to reach the most remote corners of our nation. These remote locations, according to the new map, again, Wyoming, Alaska, Vermont, and North and South Dakota. And so in the show, that's where they are. They go there. All there. So yeah, there you go. Hope this helps you guys. The zombie apocalypse and all this stuff. Again, Last of Us show, complete trash. Not good at all. It really, it's just very it's disturbing. It's just sad. It's just very sad. And a lot of people go, oh, you're just hating because of certain things. Well, in a whole, it just didn't deliver either. There were hardly no zombies in the show. It's a zombie show without zombies. Okay? They rushed the show. It was completely rushed in many facets. It is what it is. Again, that's my review on it. Again, if you want to survive the zombie apocalypse and all these things, number 1 is getting to Christ, getting born again, getting closer to Jesus. That is the true way, because God's going to guide you and protect you. Get closer to Christ. Again, the system doesn't want you to know Christ, right? We know that, okay? They bash it, right? Again, it is what it is. It's a fact. This show literally bash Christians, okay? Let's call it for what it is, okay? It is what it is, right? And that's what they want. They pump that into the movies and the games And, you know, right now we're living in a time where people don't really go to church. People don't know Christ. People don't know the truth of the Word of God, right? Let's really be honest. And this is how the enemy is winning. Well, he's not going to win because Christ at the end wins. God wins at the end. But this is one of their tactics through Hollywood, through the music industry, through the fashion, through social media now. We know it. This video can be in trouble now because I said Jesus. Because I read a story that said they were anti-Christian. But they were, right? They made them Christians cannibalisms and going after little kids and you know, murder. It's just disgusting, the world that we have here. It is what it is. The show, that's what they did. I'm just reporting on it. And I pray that you get saved, guys, that you get born again. Just wanted to make a quick video for everybody here. Thank you guys so much for coming aboard. Really, really appreciate you. Starlight, Angel Wins, Jacqueline, God bless you. You know, I pray everyone has a blessed day. Zoland, all there. You know, may God bless you all. Thank you guys for coming. And that, you know, we get closer and closer to the Most High because, you know, guys, these banking, the banks and all this stuff, it's just going to get worse. You can bet on it. They want the digital dollar. It's coming. Okay? That's the reality. It is what it is. Get closer to God. The system is completely corrupt. It was made to be corrupted. It was made to be, evil, whatever, just not dependable, right? We know that. But the only system that truly is dependable is by getting born again through Jesus, the Messiah. Getting born again and saved through his love, his power, his grace, his love. Hallelujah. Thank you guys again for coming aboard. I pray that this has been an important message. If you're watching The Last of Us, the HBO trash, now you know. You're not going to hear this review anywhere else. Nobody is going to tell you the way I've told you. Everybody hides behind, oh, well, yeah, I like the show. Nobody ain't going to tell you this. It's straight up all W-O-K-E. That's what it is. Shoved down the throats, right? Y'all know. We need God Almighty. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, Raymond says basically the movie was pretty much skimmed through. Yes, it was skimmed through. If you want to, the show was skimmed through. No zombies. It's a zombie show without zombies. Does that make any sense? And then, but it sure has the W-O-K-E agendas in there. It has the W-O-K everywhere. If you want that, if you want to watch a show like that, well, you'll get that. You won't see any zombies, though. It's a zombie show without no zombies. How does that work, right? But that's what they gave everybody in a crap show. It's crap. It's garbage. It's literally garbage. I would never ask anybody to watch that garbage. And people need to stand up to these corporations that are shoving that crap there. But it is what it is, right? Hey, that's my review. It's a thing, yeah. Thank you, Sonny. Have a blessed night, friends. Thank you, Jacqueline. God bless everybody. May God bless you. May God bless your friends and family. May God share his infinite power, glory, and protection. We need to pray for Hollywood. We need to pray for these people that are pushing these narratives. We know that they're pushing it, and we need to pray. And we need to pray for the people who are watching these shows. Because this is mental poison, brothers and sisters. Mental poison. Spiritual poison. That show, literally, The Last of Us was spiritual poison to the masses. That's the reality. We rebuke it in the name of Yeshua Mashiach. I pray people will see this review and they will say, wait a minute, wow, that's not right. That's not right. You know, it is what it is. You don't see them talking about a Muslim or Buddhism or anything like that, but they could sure attack Christianity. They could sure attack the Bible. They could sure go and push everything the world wants, right? That's the reality, and that's why we need to help people see and talk about these subjects and say, look, this isn't right. Make your relationship with God your number one priority by empowered by his presence each day, by prayer, being prayed up and prepped up. Hallelujah. That is how we will survive anything and everything. May God bless you all, brothers and sisters. I love you. Take care.